What's going on? What's going on, Wolfpack Federation? We have a lot to talk about tonight, especially following this week's episode of AEW. That shit was off the hook tonight with AEW. They did their thing tonight, I ain't gonna lie. But if anything, we have more questions now than we do have answers. There he is. There's my guy, Evie. What up, family? Yo, Evie, too sweet. Man, we have been going back and forth now for months speculating. What will Chris Jericho do? What will Chris Jericho do? We finally did it. We got our answer. We finally got our answer. What is Chris Jericho gonna frickin' do? And for us diehard WWE fans, or if you are a bigger WWE fan than AEW fan, this one's gonna sting a little. I ain't gonna lie. There he is. There's my brother, the troll killer himself, my broski Donald. Let's get it to sweet. How are we, Brody? Hey, welcome back, Brian. Sweet. Man, I know I probably threw everybody off guard going live before 3 in the morning, right? Before 3, 4 in the morning. But hey, I just finished watching AEW, and I said, shit. After all the talk we had about Chris Jericho, I gotta go on the live. I hope it's not too early for my guys, because I never want to miss my late night guys that have been hanging in there with me for the last few months. We've been rocking strong. People don't believe me when I tell them, yeah, we got 20 something people at 4 in the morning hanging out talking wrestling. Now, we all speculated and hoped Chris Jericho was going back to WWE for one more run. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen anymore. I don't know what the contract's looking like yet. I'm sure we're going to get more details on Chris Jericho's new contract. But he showed up tonight in AEW, kicking off tonight's episode. It was also in Winnipeg, his hometown, and he came down and told the world he's back. And not only that he's back home. So it's really annoying because we're so close to WrestleMania at this point. We're 16 days away at this point, 16 at this time. And there was a lot of hope that, hey, what if they've been saving Chris Jericho the last few months, the last 3 months, for WrestleMania or for the night after WrestleMania? Either or would have been huge. But shit, Chris Jericho has officially squashed any rumor of him coming back to the WWE. At least at this point. And, in wrestling, we've learned to never say never, obviously. At if CM Punk and Triple H can put their differences aside and CM Punk could come back to the WWE. This is the man that got sent his release papers on his wedding day. If that could happen, anything could still happen. Oh, 100%, Donald. Not even, and I don't think there's anybody that could argue this. Donald said he went back to AEW because he has more freedom plus a bigger payday. Hey, I know if it's me and I'm debating on which company to go to, more money. At Chris Jericho's point, yes. You could say he doesn't need the money, but that's not really, everybody needs money. Shit, bills are not free. Nobody's doing this for free. So more money is absolutely a huge part. More freedom, 100, not even close, is there freedom wise. Now, if this was Vince running WWE, now we're talking a little different in freedom. I'm not saying that he'd still have more freedom in WWE, if he would have that extra freedom, but we know Jericho and Vince had a real close relationship. We know that at least with Vince in charge, that more freedom part would be off the table. And money, and I don't think the bigger payday, if it wasn't too big of a difference, would be off the table. It would be more about, at that point, what are you going to do with me if I sign with you? What are you going to do with me if I sign with you? It would have came down to. Yo, there's my guy. Yo, peekaboo. Too sweet. How's it going, Hunter? What do you think about Sami Zayn winning the U.S. Championship? You know what? What I actually think, Donald just said perfectly. I don't even have to. Now, we'll still emphasize, we'll still talk about it, but I hope Sami loses the title to Trick Williams. Let's talk about it. And I hope he does it at WrestleMania in his lemon pepper steppers. There's my brother from another mother. He said, "Do you smell what the hunter is cooking?" What up, my brother? What up, Lud? Too sweet. Very, very happy to see you coming through tonight, Lud. Chat, make sure you show Lud some Wolfpack love. This is family right here. Hey, what up, Izzy? Izzy said the WrestleMania card low key fire. Yo, Izzy, let me throw you a too sweet. I'm loving this WrestleMania card this year. I think we're going into a very solid WrestleMania card. And let's be honest, like, is Sami Zayn missing WrestleMania? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Sami Zayn fan. For whatever reason, he just doesn't do it for me. And I actually feel bad not liking Sami Zayn because he puts the work in. He really, he does everything. He hustles and grinds. Usually that, but I don't know. There's nothing besides the hustling. I can't connect with Sammy like you could with these other wrestlers. But The better story is Trick Williams beating Sammy for the belt. So that way, Trick and Mr. Carmelo Hayes, I don't miss, can have an actual program that could last a few weeks to maybe even 2 months. That I think is a good program to run. You know, Trick and they can't do Trick and Carmelo right now. It's too close to Mania. It would be the waste of a storyline. Hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already to the W.P.F. Let's get it. Peekaboo said, I think Trick Williams is winning the U.S. title. It would be nice too. Hells yeah. Do you think Williams will turn face at WrestleMania? No. I don't think he turns face at all. I think we're going to keep him heel for a while. I think Trick Williams. But Trick Williams has the opportunity to become that Hulk Hogan heel. That heel that even though you're a bad guy and we're supposed to boo you, we're not. We still think you're cool as shit. Now, WWE though needs to understand that concept. So anybody knows anybody from WWE or WWF? If by some odd chance you happen to stumble in tonight, do not set Trick Williams up to do dumb shit when you get mad that he's not being booed. Instead, understand it. He's cool. He's a cool heel. There's nothing wrong with having a cool heel. Also, here's the other beauty about Trick Williams, right? Later down the line, you can take Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams and make them a tag team because of the history they got with NXT. So if in a year from now they're stale and they need a picker upper, WWE has the option to always make them a tag team, the two guys together. Peekaboo said, yep. That's what I feel about Williams too. Just everything about Trick Williams screams. Donald, it's like we shared a brain sometimes. Drops the comment before right as I'm about to say, everything about Trick Williams screams the future of WWE. And we need more top guys. We badly do. We have too many guys stuck at that mid level. I'm getting to the point with us having so many guys at mid level that's not top level that I think WWE should take the US title and once a year or whatever way they want to do it, where the US champion can kind of what TNA does with the X Division title, how they can cash the X Division title in for a world title shot. I think Trick Williams should become US champion, stay untouchable for a few months, and then let him do that concept where he can cash in the U.S. title for a world title shot. That would make him, and I want to see him win it. Now, I know it can't be the world heavyweight title. It's a lot of prestige. It's not ready yet. He's not there yet. He'll be there. 100% he'll be there. But it's cool that we got options. Creatable is shit. Yo, what up, Cade? You ain't wrong, Cade. Too sweet. You're not wrong. Peekaboo said, I agree. I think we need more talent being pushed to that main level. At some point, Brock, Punk, Randy, Ray will be gone. Who will be up next? That's my question. And shit, Ray's leaving. We now know Ray's gone. Ray doesn't go into 2027. So we'll take him out of that conversation. Brock, I don't know if we're gonna get another world title run with Brock. You never know with Brock. But at this point, it's like, what's the point of putting the belt on Brock? So he could just squash everybody? And that's WWE's fault. You could have made Brock still win at all the matches he did, but you could have made them a little more competitive. Like a John Cena and Brock Lesnar should have never been a squash match. John Cena's a big dude, strong guy. You're telling me John Cena don't have a chance against Brock? Realistically, come on. I thought about Stephanie McMahon headlining the class of 2026 Hall of Fame. It screams nepotism, honestly. Cena got robbed. Cena. Well, hey, Cena is, though, going to be the host of WrestleMania. I'm sure you know it, but just in case any of you guys didn't see it, John Cena will be the host this year. And I get you absolutely, your feelings are your feelings. So no one could ever tell you you're wrong for feeling a certain way. And I get it. Like, to me, whether Stephanie's the head of that class or not, I'm always going to look at it like AJ Styles is the head of is leading that Hall of Fame class this year. But I'm also biased when it comes to AJ Styles. I'm a big AJ Styles fan. Donald said, "Future, damn right. Here's the future: Braun Breaker, Big Brunson, Trick and A. And you know what? We may not like him, but Logan Paul is also the future. And so is Austin Theory. I could see Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, and Trick Williams being the future for sure. They have a good future. Braun, Bronson, Trick, Page, and a couple more. But that's the problem, though. That's the future. We need more right nows. Yo, there he is. What up, King? Too sweet. He said, Wolfpack is in the house. Oh, yep, Javon Evans. Tell me how clutch Javon Evans comes in, right? We lose Ricochet to AEW. They already got Will Ospreay. So it's like, shit, what do you do? And then we get Javon Evans, the future, the next Will Ospreay and Ricochet, unbelievable. You know, Ricochet and Will Ospreay are the best high flyers now. But Javon is leading that next class. Epic. I don't touch politics, and I don't tell another mother how to or father how to raise their kids, and I don't do religion. Three things I don't touch. I agree. Peekaboo said I agree about Logan Paul. I feel like he's got a lot of potential from what I've seen. And hey, who doesn't want to see Logan Paul get punched in the face? Like, hey, chat, can I see a show of hands for who wants to see Logan Paul get punched in the face? I got both hands up. Like, but besides that, just based off talent, Logan Paul can go. I may not like the guy, and I mean really don't like him, but I like his capabilities as his athletics on the I'm tongue twisting. See, that's how much I don't like Logan Paul. King said, "Unbelievable!" Hey, he got his hand up. King got his hand up. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now it's an official party. Our brother Cold Slayer is in the building. Too sweet. I threw you for a loop, Cold Slayer, right? You didn't expect to see it this early. And and before going any further, I just want to thank everybody for coming through. I know it's a lot earlier than I usually go on, so seeing you guys all still come through, like, it means a lot to me, like a lot. They need to let the young guys win at WrestleMania. Trick, Oba, both need to win and get pushed to the top. The only way Oba should lose at WrestleMania, this is the only way I believe that Oba should lose, is if they're going to start doing the Brock Lesnar challenge again and again. If this is just a one-off because they didn't know what to do with Brock, how to set it up or whatnot, then Oba should go over. But that's the only way I want to see Oba lose is if Brock's gonna come out as the new Undertaker streak. Because if he's gonna stick with that, we can get some good stuff out of this. Like next year, they could fool the shit out of everybody, hit Undertaker's music, and have Brock Lesnar come out with the trench coat and the hat, doing the slow walk with Paul Heyman with the urn, as if Paul Heyman's Paul Bearer. They could, like, you know what I mean? Like, how great would that shit be? If they did that, it would go viral. Every wrestling fan would be talking about it the next day. Jacob Fatu and Solo Sokola as well. I could definitely see them as being the future. Oh, 100%. See, the problem with Solo is he wasn't ready to be a number one guy. Solo makes a great number two guy, though. But number one, it wasn't time. It was rushed. And because of it being rushed and not ready to put him in that role, look at what's going on. They should be one of the deadliest factions in the frickin' company. Jeff Cobb. Hamatunga, Tungaloa, their baby brother that's bigger than everybody together on the roster. Solo himself. Are you kidding me, bro? These are 5 Samoan badass mother effers. I'd roll up on anybody with those dudes and throw down. Jacob is the truth. Solo still needs work in my see, Don, we on that same brainwave. It is so crazy. Yo, there he is. RG, the battle assassin. Woo! What up, RG? How we doing, fam? Don, I feel like we what year was it when the Yankees were just winning every year in a row and it was just like every other baseball team could just suck wind? I feel like we're those Yankees. And it's so true, like and and that's the beauty, I could see everybody's passion about what we're talking about tonight. Chilling, bro, just tapping in with my favorite Ooh, that's right. Tell him, Archie. Who's your favorite wrestler? Brush my shoulders off for a moment. Let's go. The Battle Assassin has yeah. So, so here's the big question for everybody now. Are we upset about Chris Jericho going back to AEW? Or is it that's all right. We didn't need him anyway. It would have been cool to have him, but we're all right without him. Dante, I've been watching wrestling for 35 years. Seen a lot of talent come and go. Damn right. Sometimes it feels like we're seeing more go than come at a lot, but whew, really is amazing how much has gone. Do you think if Chris Jericho would have went to the WWE, that would have sent the wrong message to that we need to start pushing the young guys and stop concentrating on bringing back the older guys? Too. I feel like Solo has come a long way, but yeah, honestly, I was a bit confused with certain situations regarding him. Exactly. Yo, Solo is gonna be a player. Absolute gonna be a big player. He's but uh, Solo was in NXT. They literally just took him out of NXT because they needed another person for that was part of their family for that faction. So for them to just take him out of NXT and then what? A few months later, hey, you're gonna be the head guy now. What? I don't even cut promos or anything. Now I'm the head guy? Like, was it cool? Was it an unbelievable opportunity for him? Yes. It- but was he ready for that opportunity? No. And it shows. Don said, I'm not mad at Jericho staying in AEW. What was he gonna do in WWE right now anyway? That's what I'm saying. That's why I know AEW right now is probably, those AEW fans that aren't even really AEW fans, they're just WWE haters. They're probably cheering right now, like, ha ha ha, we Jericho didn't go to WWE. Blah, blah, blah. Well, wake up call, rest haters. We didn't need him. Of course it's cool. He's Chris Jericho. But I think it's the wrong it kind of sends the wrong message to the up and coming talent. Because if he comes back, who who are we now not pushing anymore? Oh, are we taking the IC title off of Penta? Penta's not getting pushed anymore? Bullshit. Trick Williams is about to explode on is really about to certify himself on the mid card. Are we gonna put that on hold because now Jericho's back? Is Bouncy not bouncing anymore? So and we can't throw him in there with Brock or Ober. That just don't work. And Jericho versus Seth Rollins, been there, seen it. Pika said, with all due respect to the older guys, they're cool, but I like seeing the younger talent get their push too. After all, they're the future. Exactly. See, that's the big difference, The Hulk Hogan times, he knew how to hold back younger talent. And Jericho is an absolute legend. 100%. But there's just really not a good spot for him right now. Like, if him and Finn Balor were gonna start a faction where Jericho though wasn't gonna wrestle, he was gonna be more of a manager type. I think something like that would have been cool for Chris Jericho, but I don't think that's what Chris Jericho wants. I agree 100%. The younger guys shouldn't get sidelined. Javon, Penta, Trick, Williams, etc. Jericho made his name in WCW. He got famous in WWE and now making his name in AEW. He made the whole circle. You ain't wrong. And you know what, Donald? You know what? You just made the list. Bro, how good was the list? That was so funny when he would do that. Shit. Without Chris Jericho, there is no AEW TV deal. Can't forget that. And and shit, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy about that there is an AEW because that means more wrestling in the states, more jobs. But I hate how all the indie companies I love to watch now don't really have all the guys I love to see on the indies. I think one of the things that made the real Bullet Club so awesome wasn't just because they were over a shit in New Japan. It was because they would travel to company after company with holding that New Japan gold, whooping company to company's ass. Lionheart Chris Jericho in WCW was a wrestling machine. Facts. Big facts. Pika said, I respect what Ray's doing. I've heard that one of his biggest final goals before he officially retires is to ensure Dominic is well established. You're 100% right, Pika. That actually was so when Ray was deciding on who he was going to sign with, he was actually signing with AEW. The reason he didn't end up doing it though and going the other way to WWE was for Dominic. That was his main stipulation for his contract. Was my son gets hired. And look at Dominic. Dominic's from when Dominic first came to WWE to Dominic now, he's so over. And he looks like a brand new kid with the mustache and the mullet hair. Like how cool is that? Dominic is probably the best heel in WWE right now. Right? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was not a Dominic Mysterio fan. I thought he stunk. It was SummerSlam, and I'm sitting there. AJ Styles just came out. I expected the arena to be a lot more. Well, not the arena, the outside, because SummerSlam was outside this year. I was expecting it to be a lot louder for AJ, and I'm thinking, maybe the crowd's just tired. And then Dom Mysterio came out, and the roof was blown off the top. I couldn't believe how loud it was for Dominic Mysterio. I I was one of the only people in my area cheering for AJ Styles. Like it felt very awkward. And that was when I started taking more, really looking at Dominic Mysterio. And he gets it. He freaking gets it. I've heard R-Truth's youngest son, Chris, has done some training with Natty. I think they'd be cool to see him make it to WWE with his dad before he officially retires. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. If I'm a wrestler with who's been in this business, like an R-Truth, like a John Cena, like a Rey Mysterio, like those guys, I am 100% setting my kid up before I leave. Because, what you won the belts, you did all that cool stuff that you wanted to do. You traveled the world already. You did all that. What's the last real W you need before leaving that company? Setting your kid up. What better achievement? And shit, no one achieved that W like the Samoan family. In Roman Reigns' family, like, does anybody not wrestle? It feels like. Donald said, "So Hunter, I still don't understand the whole Gunther." Yes, that was the next thing we need to get into, really get into. Gunther versus. I'm gonna have to take a sip of soda. This is gonna get. We got to really get into this. Seth Rollins versus Gunther, WrestleMania. Hashtag stupid. Hashtag makes no sense. Hashtag ass backwards. Like Pika said, I agree. I feel like Dom's heel work is fantastic. He's another who has come a long way. Donaldson, what is the story WWE is trying to tell with Gunther versus Rollins? And you know what's sad? They had a story they could have told. Gunther comes out of nowhere. And it's even worse that when he came out of nowhere, he wasn't in a suit. He was in jeans and a t-shirt all of a sudden. Gunther, the guy who's in a suit every single time? What up, Cheeseburger? He said Elijah Burke is my favorite wrestler. And so now Gunther comes out. He takes Seth Rollins out of the ring. He's choking him out, right? We're all sitting there. It's making no sense. All I keep doing is I'm looking for Paul Heyman. I'm looking to see if there's going to be some kind of eye contact, some head nod, some smirk. Nothing. Then, when Gunther walks around the ring, and I'm like, I'm sitting there waiting for the shot. Where's Paul? Where's Paul? Okay, here's Paul Heyman now, right, laid out, moaning and groaning, right underneath the ropes, on the outside of the ring. And I'm waiting for Gunther to go help Paul Heyman up. And when that doesn't happen, you've now completely lost me. So if Gunther did this, for Gunther, has nothing to do with Paul Heyman and the Vision. Paul Heyman did hire Gunther, which could have been another cool way to do it, but it makes no sense for Gunther to attack Seth Rollins. It's poor booking at its best. Straight up lazy booking. Do you think Zilla Fatu could be making his debut soon? I don't know. I would like to see him. He's good. I don't know how much WWE listens to Rikishi. It's very bad that you have a family member who's a legend like Rikishi talking down, saying out loud for everybody to hear, you steal Jeff Hardy's thing, you stole this guy's thing. This is why you're not going to WWE is not going to take you. You need to figure out your own thing. So now if WWE is not seeing that, now they are. But I would like to see Zilla in WWE. I think he's awesome. I think he's a good talent. And I don't think Rikishi should be saying anything out loud the way he is. I think if Rikishi has a problem with Zilla, he should call him on the phone and talk to him one-on-one like a man. That's your family, bro. You don't try to hurt your family. Donald said Hunter will have to see how they explain it in the next couple of weeks and see what story they're going to try to tell us. I'm dying to know it too. Like, what is the story you're going to tell us about Gunther and Seth Rollins? We just sat here for what, a year now? Watching them setting Gunther up as the legend killer now? Retired. I'm sorry, over a year actually. 2 years. For 2 years, Gunther has been placed to be the legend, the new legend killer. He retired Goldberg. He retired John Cena. He retired AJ Styles. So where does it make any sense at all? Seth doesn't have the world title. If anything, Gunther shouldn't even have a match for WrestleMania. And whoever wins at WrestleMania, let Gunther come out and drop them on the head. Or whoever wins between Ober and Brock, let Gunther drop that dude on his head. Or same thing with Cody and Randy Orton. Actually, that's what I would do with Gunther. Whoever wins between Cody and Randy Orton, I would have had Gunther attack viciously after it. Pika said, "Yep, I like his finisher, the Super Samoan Spike." Hey, what up, New York Yankee? Too sweet. You think Gunther joined the Vision? No. Does the Vision, though, at this moment need Gunther? Yes. With Braun Breaker down and Big Brunson out, the Vision needs somebody big to to get in there. But Gunther, if we were gonna have Gunther with the Vision, he would have went over to Paul Heyman before he left. They specifically had that scene at the end where Gunther makes no eye contact at all to Paul Heyman while he's down. Doesn't even acknowledge that Paul Heyman's there. That's why I don't, that's why it was sold the way they sold it to us was it has nothing to do with Paul Heyman, just Gunther used the opportunity to attack. Gunther versus Brock at Clash of Italy. Hey, I think it would have been better, especially if Brock's really going to retire next year's SummerSlam. It would have been cool to see Gunther come out during Brock and Oba's match, and maybe the ref gets knocked out, Oba's down, and Gunther low blows Brock, and then Oba gets up and power bombs him off of it. Something. And they could have did so much good stuff with Gunther, but instead they went what direction? Attack Seth Rollins for no reason? Yo, there's my man. Yo, Temptation. What's up, brother? Too sweet. Donaldson, what we're seeing is the adjustment for Rey Mysterio being sidelined with an injury, which was Gunther's plan. And Braun Breaker, despite being backstage, still being sidelined. And that was Seth Rollins' plan. So you put them together, and there you go. It's just we could have did so much cooler stuff. New York Yankee said, I feel like Brock interferes to help Gunther and gets Seth, setting up Gunther versus Brock at Clash, where Brock wins, then Gunther versus Brock at SummerSlam. Oh, yes, Oba must win. We all want Oba to win. I'm telling you, the only way I don't want to, the only way Brock Lesnar should beat Oba at WrestleMania is if Brock Lesnar is going to do an open challenge for WrestleMania going forward for the next few years, which we know isn't the plan. That if what we're hearing is true, and he's looking to retire next SummerSlam, then there's no reason he should go over at WrestleMania this year. I hated Gunther coming back the other night. Hells yeah, hated that shit. Were you at? Did you happen to go to the Garden at all? Brock's supposed to be retiring next year. At some, that's the word on the street right now. Peekaboo is that Brock Lesnar is going to be retiring at SummerSlam next year. SummerSlam is going to be in his hometown, also in Minnesota. Lesnar in the vision, she carry on her dad's legacy. But Maya Lesnar in the vision, she only thing worse than Brock Lesnar is a female Brock Lesnar. Nah, but I was at NXT at the. Oh, that's dope. That's what's up, New York Yankee. I'm from New York myself. I used to go to the shows and stuff too all the time, man. There's nothing more fun than going to a wrestling show live. I always tell everybody, even if you don't like wrestling, go to a show live. You don't have to like it. Just go. And if you don't have fun, I'll give you the money back for your ticket. That's how confident I am. And I had friends that went, they came back, or they were with me at the show and said, "Yo, you're so right. I'm not going to start watching Monday Night Raw every week, but I would definitely go to a live show anytime you want to go. This was fun." I don't know if Maya Lesnar has considered getting into wrestling, but she's a Lesnar, so could you imagine how good she'd be if she did? The only thing that sucks for her is she now, you she needs to live up to the Brock Lesnar hype. That's not an easy seat to fill, especially if WWE isn't willing to push you that way. Donald said, "Okay, I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm not having fun. I'll expect my money back from you, brother." If only it was that easy, right? I wish. I so wish. I wanted to go to WrestleMania so bad this year too, but I bought too much cool shit throughout the year. I wish I would have learned the word no, don't buy this. Save. Peekaboo said true, it's not easy. New York Yankee said, I think Gunther should have did an Imperial Gauntlet challenge. Have the park and a bunch of AAA guys get decimated. OG Americano and the last Rio Bravo come out and help Gunther win. Hey, what up, Wrestling Freedom? Too sweet. They really dropped the ball though, I think, with this Gunther shit. You had so many cool things we could have did with Gunther. You know what? Let me play devil's advocate for a moment. So that way we can say that we looked at this in their eyes. So let's say I'm WWE, right? If we don't have Gunther attack Seth Rollins, who do we have Seth Rollins fighting at WrestleMania now that our number one plan is gone and our backup plan is gone? And our third backup plan is fighting Obafemi. Hey, I appreciate that a lot, New York Yankee. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button and join the Wolfpack Federation, baby. You got that W.P.F. Just like Donald said, make sure you like and subscribe. And now that was all the energy I had. New York Yankee heel said 100. Let's go. All right, so guys, playing devil's advocate. Seth Rollins has to be on the WrestleMania card. If it's not Gunther, who is it? I hate to say it, like I don't have a name like off top of my head, like yeah, this should be it. I don't like I Show Speed thing, and I don't know who Seth would face. You know, is that why it's Gunther at this point? We got Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, Lesnar over, Randy Cody, Fatu and Drew, CM Punk, Roman. It'll be the Usos versus the Vision tag match. I Show Speed should stick to YouTube. Shit, you don't see my fat ass running around getting involved in wrestling matches. Lesnar in WWE, her nickname Maya Lesnar's nickname would be the Beastess. See, Seth versus Logan would have been great. Would have been. And not for nothing, WrestleMania's 2 nights. Why didn't we go that route then? Night one, tag titles, Usos versus Logan and Theory for night one. Night two, Logan, Seth Rollins. Yeah, I think Gunther versus Seth is rushed and unjustified. 100% Yankee. I think they panicked and said, oh no, what do we do with Seth and what do we do with Gunther? And with them not having an answer, they just said, why don't we put them together? Also known as lazy booking. Who else could Seth face? I don't know. Maybe, yep, he could have faced Austin Theory. Another great one. And because it's 2 nights, it could have worked. I want to know how we get the Usos, Solo, Jacob, and the MFs and Roman. So something's got to happen where all these Samoans just end up together and just annihilate everybody. And if you remember when Jacob Fatu and Drew were fighting backstage, I don't know. I don't think it was last week, the week before it. Solo and the MFs were right there, like on camera, and then the camera went from them to that. That would have been a great. That was the best time that they could have teased a comeback with the family. Shit, I wouldn't mind watching Jacob Fatu be the leader of that part. And are we building Roman Reigns to have a bloodline part 2? I heard Speed is not wrestling. He's just going to be in the corner. And Breaker cleared, facing Usos and LA. Oh, I forgot about LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight could have went with Seth Rollins. LA Knight's got a problem with the Vision. And just because Seth Rollins isn't in the Vision anymore doesn't mean that LA Knight is giving Seth Rollins a pass. Yeah. Theory could be ditching the Vision to revisit his Monday Night Messiah thing. Well, remember, Theory has the belt right now. Theory and Logan Paul are the tag champs. So it's very safe to say they'll be fighting the Usos at WrestleMania. I like when I Show Speed got speared out of his shoes in the Rumble. That was great. Braun Breaker was going so fast, too. Ooh, that looked like it was like, ooh, I would have not wanted to take that spear. That's for sure. Jacob's new t-shirt breaks down the name Fatu. The U stands for us. Who is us? Let me talk to you. And if you guys remember, back in MLW, Jacob Fatu was the head of a faction. Contra, I want to say it was called. He was the guy. Like, you know, I was a big fan of Jacob Fatu before he went to WWE. He would. I didn't always watch all of MLW, but I watched all his matches in MLW. And then at the time, him and Penta was so hot, they would go into other indie promotions where they were fighting each other too. That was so awesome. I think all the Fatus versus Roman and the Tongans. Right? I could definitely see that happening. There being a split in the family. And it would be cool to have The Rock and Rakishi come back and be the manager for one side and the other side. I feel like that would make it even more like special. Jacob is so fucking hell's yeah. Oh yeah. I started watching wrestling when WrestleMania 9. But my best friend when I was younger and my father loved it. So I was stuck watching it before it. But I myself didn't start to actually like it until WrestleMania 9. From there on, it was like, ooh, this is cool after all. All right, now I get why I've been forced to watch it all this time. MLW got a lot of big names wrestling there right now. Hell's yeah. Yo, low key is in MLW. How cool is that? Austin Aries, Johnny Mundo's there, right? Or Johnny Morrison. I forget what the hell he calls himself at this point. They're still all in MLW, right? I'm still trying to figure out who attacked Jacob and had him sidelined for months. Are they supposed to reveal it at WrestleMania? Shit, I forgot that happened. Good job, WWE. Sidebar: you think the Vikings? Oh, Vikingo gets added to the ladder match. Maybe. I like what you're thinking, though. You know what? You could be right. I feel like a guy from AAA has to be on the card. Just to keep that collaboration going. But I would say this though: if they go that route, whoever it ends up being, him or not, they're not winning. The Rock and Rikishi could have been a tag team in the Attitude Era. They kind of been called Rakishi. I like it. The Rock and Rikishi. Oh, I just read that. You think Randy talking to The Rock or voices in his head? So Donald had a good one. What if Randy is talking to Vince McMahon? How cool would that be? Hey, what up, Matthew? Johnny Nitro. There we go. Thank you, Matt. Let me give you a two. Sweet. Thank you for pulling up. He said, Road to WrestleMania 42 is crazy. You damn right, Matt. The entire card looks great right now. The only thing on the card that doesn't make any freaking sense is now Gunther and Seth Rollins. It sucks because it's always going to come back to that. What the hell are we doing? What are they going to do for this? How do you get us invested in this at this point? Or Randy talking to DiBiase's Jr. That would be cool too because everybody knows that Randy was that wise man for Cody and DiBiase Jr. You know what? Actually, I think would even be cooler if if they were gonna. And this was only if they're gonna use him. If you're gonna use DiBiase Jr., have him come out after whoever Randy was talking to hit. Let's say it is Vince McMahon, right? And he knocks Cody out. Have DiBiase Jr. come out and knock out Vince, and then they go fighting to the back. Because somebody's got to come out to help Cody too. Plot twist. What if Randy Orton is talking to Manu? Yeah. You remember the Manu was in the Legacy? No. I gotta look. Manu. Wow, you might have stumped me for a moment, Peekaboo. New York Yankee said, I know Manu personally. I'd mark out. I think that Cody turns heel. Manu is Alpha Jr. Oh, okay. All right, now I see who you're talking about. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna go a different route with Manu. What if Jacob Fatu starts his own faction and he brings in Manu and Zilla Fatu, and the three of them go pledge their loyalty to Roman Reigns. Oh yeah. New York Yankees said, "Yep, I like that." Right? He bringing Zilla. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do it either, but it would be cool if they did. I'd love to see it though. Damn, how could I forget to say Killer? See, that's why I always not count on my brother. Killer Cross is the MLW World Champion, plus the Good Brothers, Matt Riddle, Baron Corbin. Yep, Austin Raven. Really? I didn't know Raven. Bobby Fish is wrestling again. Oh shit! All right. I gotta see that. Yo, Bobby Fish is bald now, right? No hair at all. Jacob is gonna challenge Roman. I don't know. I think it's gonna go the other route. I think Jacob is gonna challenge. As long as Jacob goes over Drew, Jacob goes after whoever wins between Cody and Randy. Only and I'm only going that route because they're all SmackDown guys. Unless they're looking to bring Jacob Fatu to Raw. Raven is TNA loyalty to. You know what? I saw Raven last Thursday do a promo package with TNA. They go to the girls go to hell, and it's Raven sitting on the throne. And it was funny that it was actually a funny thing. Like it was supposed to be like woo, but funny at the same time. You always guarantee to get a Tommy Dreamer insult with Raven. So good. What about Lance and Noah? Isn't he signed to WWE? I thought he was signed to Evolve. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not up to date with any of the indie stuff, unfortunately. I still got to refresh myself on all the indie guys. I think Lance joins Roman in the MFTs. Hey, these Samoans got to go somewhere. Juicy Finn joins the Usos. Okay. Bobby Fish is bald. So awesome. Starboy Chaz. Starboy Chaz. You stream live during yes, I stream during the big pay-per-views. So in I'll be live for WrestleMania and I'll be live for AEW Dynasty. Starboy has a tryout. Starboy. I gotta see. I gotta give me a second. I gotta see what Starboy looks like. Sometimes I just, I don't remember their name. Starboy, the wrestler. Let's see. Star. Nah, I don't have a. I have no idea who Starboy is. Oh, when is Stand and Deliver again? Is it this weekend? Stand and Deliver. I think WrestleMania 42 has the potential to be the best WrestleMania ever, ever, ever. Hey, it could be up there for sure. Starboy is WWID now. I think it is. Yes, sir, Donald. We're gonna do both nights. Shit, I'm not watching WrestleMania. I don't want to watch WrestleMania alone. I'd rather watch it with my brothers so we can fucking talk about wrestling and I swear, even when the a wrestling pay per view is like so so, us watching it and all talking about it as the whole pay per view goes on, match by match, makes it so much more fun. Who would win in a street fight, a taco or a grilled cheese? What up, Reach 95? I'm gonna go with grilled cheese only because it's more hood, and you're talking about a street fight. Oh, for the Attitude Era days are so far from are over. Unfortunately, we're never gonna have any of those good matches again with the ladies. We would need Vince to own the company 100% again to be able to think about doing it. I agree. Having a like-minded chat during the pay-per-view makes it fun. Oh yeah, and we do a thing too. Like when we do it, if for the wrestling pay-per-views, it's like, hey, if you're not talking about the show, we just skip right past them. we don't let we don't let anybody come and bother us during pay-per-view time. No, tacos fight dirty. Hey, okay, Region 90. But yo, grilled cheese is a hood sandwich. Yo, that's a gangster sandwich too. They make it in jail. You use the radiator thing to heat up the cheese and everything. Gee. I'd also like to see the Andre Memorial Battle Royal return to the Mania card. I actually forgot about that. They stopped doing that, or is that that needs to be, you know, if not the on the main card, at least the pre-show. Like that should be in every WrestleMania thing. 100%. Peekaboo said, "Remember the matches Vince Russo made? Oh man, yeah, I remember when Disco Inferno fought Conan in a plastic duck on a ladder match. Judy Bagwell on a pole match. They put Buff Bagwell's mom up on a pole. Who does that? Vince Russo booked himself to be world champion. What a mock. Andre Memorial is on SmackDown now, but yeah, right. Like pre-show would be cool. I don't want to see it on SmackDown. I want to see it pre-show, 1 hour long, in its glory that it deserves. I remember Conan X Disco if he was having fun with the duck during private time because the duck had a hole in it. It's nice without the trolls though, you know? Look at how much good wrestling conversations we got. I appreciate that, New York Yankee. But I'll let you know on a little. So usually New York Yankee, I've been going like I've been doing like a lot of double lives because I have two channels, and we get when I come live at like 3:30, 4 in the morning, which I know the time's bad already, but we get these trolls that are just so like not the funny ones. So we get a few of those too, but we get a lot of like terrible, disrespectful ones that they needed that wake up call. But this has been nice so far. I hope I'm not jinxing it. Dawson, I know I did enjoy it. New York Yankees said, I like to see Phoenix. Yo, for real, Phoenix. I still don't understand why did we not bring Phoenix and Pentagon in as the Lucha Brothers, and then later on when we're done with them as a tag team, then let them go their separate ways as single wrestlers. I think they should have been the tag team, and they should be having the gold right now. Bro, Phoenix is so fucking good. Wait, is Phoenix gonna be in the ladder match? No, right? Because they still want to pretend like they're not related. Oh yeah, Judy Bagwell on a pole. I remember that. Judge Judy Port YouTube file. Speaking of Conan, you heard about what's been going on with him recently? No. I hope he's doing okay because I know his health's never too great. Phoenix and the Lucha Brothers got separated because TK add time to his contract. Right? You said TK, right, New York? My eyes are shot sometimes. After a while with the comments, it just gets become glary. I gotta start wearing my glasses for the glare. Conan had a leg amputated. Oh my god. Prayers out to Conan, man. To think if Conan didn't bring all these awesome luchadors to the States, what wrestling might have not become. Without Conan, we don't have Rey Mysterio. Psychosis, Juventud Guerrero. Last I heard, Conan might have to get both. Oh my! Let's pray not. Let's pray not. Judy Bagwell was a WCW tag champion with Rick Steiner. Then again, David Arquette was the WCW World Champion. Bro, that shit was so bad. And I get him taking a shot, right? Trying to take a shot at something different, but come on. Come on, Vince Russo. I used to think that, you were getting a bad rap. But that shit you did in WCW, you didn't think that shit was whack? Come on. There's no way you said that you said those ideas back to yourself and the first thing you thought was this is so cool it has to work. Not no way. Prayers to Conan for sure. Yep, Conan, an original member of the Wolf Pack. Let's give a big too sweet to Conan. Hope Conan everything works out for the best, brother. Too sweet. Well, first, I heard for sure he had gotten one amputated, possibly the other. Some. Whew. I'm watching this vid on YouTube called "The Complete History of AAA." WWE and Trips saved AAA. Yeah, that is true. Arquette only got it for the movie Ready to Rumble, and it still stunk. Hey, I don't care if Denzel was going to be in that movie. You do not put that belt on David Arquette. That ruins the prestige of the belt. Think about some of these wrestlers that were never world champion. And David Arquette was now and before them. Think of Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. David Arquette should be world champion, but not him. Bullshit. Shit. I don't think Scott Hall was ever the WCW world champion either. Scott Hall, the man who brought the NWO to WCW that really started the Attitude Era. The man who gave Sting the Crow gimmick. That's the guy who should have been a world champion. No, David Arquette should be instead. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. Buff Bagwell also had his leg amputated not long. What the fuck is going on out there with these guys? Yeah, true, man. Conan is El Padrino de Lucha Libre, or in English, the Godfather of Lucha Libre. He's responsible for helping out many people. 100% he's the Godfather. Buff showed up in TNA. The plan is he wrestles a match against Kazarian. Buff, you used to be the stuff that couldn't get enough. But boy, Kazarian's going to whoop that ass. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Toothpick throw. You damn right. Dawson, New York, I seen that. Man, Peekaboo is my peoples. I'll tell you one thing. We really got a great chat with all you. We got a lot of great people here. Hopefully, and we're just gonna keep growing little by little. We're gonna keep finding the real wrestling fans out there, and we're gonna get them all over here with us to hang out and talk shop all the time because you know you see the passion for wrestling when you come here from every one of you shows the passion that you really love this shit. Scott Hall was one of my favorite wrestlers of all freaking time. Right, bro? Scott Hall is the legend of legends. Like, I don't think he gets the proper acknowledgement he really should get. Like, yo, if Scott doesn't go to WCW, think of what doesn't happen. The Attitude Era doesn't happen. Degeneration X doesn't happen. Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't become Austin 316. Think of the ripple effect that happens if Scott Hall doesn't light the first big match. Grow it, my G. Hey, I absolutely will do it. I will do what I can on my part. All I ask is, hey, all you guys out there, make sure to tell a friend so we can all be a friend. Razor, right? Razor was the first cool heel. That's what I'm talking about. Tell him, Donald. New York Yankee, welcome to the pack. Ow! And that's just too sweet. Oh, and New York Yankee, I got another fun fact for you. SummerSlam weekend. I went to SummerSlam out in Jersey the last SummerSlam that passed in the last summer. In the morning, I went to WrestleCon to meet a few wrestlers, and one of those wrestlers was Kevin Nash. I met, and I asked Kevin Nash for the blessing of the Wolfpack name. I don't know what I was gonna do if he said no, but knowing that Kevin Nash himself gave me the okay for the Wolfpack Federation, like it don't get for me, like I think it doesn't get more awesome than that. When you're talking about a name that means so much in wrestling history. Hey, you keep coming back, New York Yankee? That won't be a problem. I will. I agree Razor was cool as shit heel, right? Have I stumbled upon a chat full of text cheats? That's pretty damn sweet, man. Hey, what up? I am no one now. Too sweet. Hey, and you're absolutely someone. You're not no one. Don't ever think that. I like to take the trolls personally. Personally, I don't Donald hurts the trolls' feelings so bad that they literally stop trolling. In mid troll, they stop and go cry in the corner. Yo, Big Sexy co-signed you. That is next level. Yo, thank you. I had to ask him. And he was the coolest guy I met that weekend. I met him. I coughed on Bret Hart, which was horrible. I met the Hardy Boys that weekend, which was awesome. I met Sting. I met Okada. The only thing that sucked is, you had to pay for all the autographs and stuff like that. So there was a lot more other wrestlers there that I saw, but I didn't interact with them. I love the IRS for some reason. Hey, I am. Listen, I can't call you I am no one now. I can't do it. I'm calling you I am someone. I am someone. IRS was a cool ass gimmick. I liked it when you had Ted DiBiase and IRS together. I thought that worked. Yep, IRS is Bray Wyatt's dad, Bray Enbo. Thank you, New York Yankee. Yo, Brett is the grumpiest guy I've ever met. Like, you ain't wrong. I also met Big Kev. He is so effing awesome. Right down, like, yo, Kev is just one of the coolest people you can meet in the business. Okada was cool as shit too. He's not too good with the English, but he's really awesome. Okada's on the come up 100%. I know we got New Yorkers in the chat, so question for y'all. Who are some of your all-time favorite wrestlers from New York? From New York. Blast was one of my guys from back in the day. He never made it to WWE, but he was cool as shit on the indies. And I liked him because I got to play Manhunt with him when I was young. How was Kevin Nash like when you met him? He was another cool heel. So I met Kevin Nash. This was right after Hulk passed. So the very first thing I said to him was, I'm so sorry for your loss. Like, right? Was it? Am I right with the Hulk? Yo, he was so cool though. I remember I remember saying to him though, if you don't mind, Kev, I want to ask you something. And he told me, "Hey kid, what's your name? And come sit next to me." And I was like, "Oh shit." He was the only one who told me to come sit down next to him, which is, and you guys seen the autograph pictures from that event. He's the only one that I'm sitting with. So when I was sitting there, he's like, "What do you want to ask me?" And that's what I asked him. I said, "Listen, I have a YouTube channel and I'm starting a YouTube wrestling channel for my second channel, and I wanted to use the Wolfpack name, but I don't want to do it without your blessing. Like, is it okay? I don't want to be one of those guys." Like, and he said, absolutely. Goes, I think that's so cool that you want to keep the name alive like that and keep it going. Like, he gave me the look like I was doing him a favor. He's just one of the coolest people in the world. If you get an opportunity to meet Kevin Nash, definitely do not let it go by. Yes, he was at one point he messed with Demolition. Yes. You damn right, New York Yankee. I never got to meet Jim Cornette. I wanted to meet Jim Cornette too. He's on my list. New Jack's one of my favorites too. Him and Homicide, Mike Santana, Amazing Red, Eddie Kingston, etc. Hulk died in okay. So that makes Yeah, SummerSlam was August 2025. Donaldson was it when Scott passed? What when Scott passed? New York Yankees said I love Santana, Kingston, and is an honorable mention. Yo, Eddie Kingston's awesome. Homicide, awesome. New Jack, badass. Tommy Dreamer, awesome. Also, Matt, you P, Matthew P. I don't want to butcher it. Y'all remember him? It's unfortunate that he passed away so young. I feel like he had so much potential to be huge. Oh yeah, I got a New Yorker that you guys definitely don't remember. He did a one-off for WWE as the Zombie. His indie name was Tim the Arsenal. And when he was Tim the Arsenal, he looked like Triple H. Good friend of mine that I grew up with my whole life. He's my favorite. He's my favorite from New York because it's my homie. Foley, Zack Ryder, yep. Foley and Ryder for sure too. I am someone said he's so fucking cool, man. Yep. Bubba is a real one from New York. Yep. I got a talk from Kevin Sullivan about being respectful. So they want to come back and perform for us. I was 10 and had spit on Sonny. Not cool. All right, what I'm about to say is going to be terrible, but I am someone. Technically, you got a good argument. We're talking. How many guys in the back room spit on Sonny too? Boom, boom, boom. But you shouldn't have done it while she was in the wrestling show. Oh, did you meet Kevin right after Scott passed away or Hogan? Hogan. It was the last SummerSlam that just passed. My favorite New York wrestler was the Brooklyn Brawler. Legend. Thanks for sharing about Tim the Arsenal. Absolutely New York Yankee. Yo, he was one of the coolest people that I grew up with. He was older than me, but he had two brothers, and we all grew up on the same block, hung out together. He had a younger brother, It was his baby brother was Mikey, Charlie, and Timmy. Matthew Travis, let's show something. He just went by Matt Travis. He was an up and coming wrestler from the Bronx. He was trained by Amazing Red and Brian XL. Oh, that's awesome. I am someone's. Oh, he's smiling. My homie from Far Rock keeps putting money on Sonny's books. He always says we're going to tag team Red Oceans in Atlantic City. Oh no. New York Yankee, this might be the one time you don't want part of a tag team. Old Sonny, today's Sonny, there's no shame in getting counted out and not getting in the ring. My favorite New York guy was Canyon. He was my favorite wrestler, period, for years. Yo, Canyon was so good too. I'm glad you boys liked that one. We ain't gotta tell no one it was old Sonny. Hey, what happens after 2 a.m. happens after 2 a.m. I always like to say after 2 a.m., two nickels equal a dime every time. Matt Travis was in a tag team called Murder by Kicks with Cash Flow, Ken Broadway. Unfortunately, Travis died at only 25 years old. He was hit by a trash truck. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Peekaboo. Canyon was a Jersey guy. We had the same shrink when I was a kid. Oh, shit. That had to be one of those, like, weird, awesome things. Like, it's like, oh, that's awesome. Me and Canyon have the same, go to the same place. Also, Matt Travis was a good friend of Ortiz and Santino. Hey, what happened with Ortiz and Santana? Does anybody know why like they're done with each other? Oh, I love that after 2 a.m., two nickels equal a dime. Hey, if you're a New Yorker, you definitely know what I mean. Chris Canyon was the first openly gay wrestler, I believe. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that. And not for nothing, like it should never be a big deal. Like whether you are or you aren't, like I never understood the whole big deal about it. Like I had a friend that was gay growing up. Unfortunately for people though, my friend who was gay growing up didn't fight like he was gay. He fought like he was straight as an arrow, and he taught a lot of straight people a lesson about using the F word. Trent said, "I bet he was your favorite, huh?" New York Yankees said, "Yeah, we met at the doctor's office." Hey, that's dope that you got to meet him though, right? Shit. Rat and Mortis was an awesome tag team in WCW. 100%. Like I'm not hearing that they weren't cool as shit. I can't like they were awesome. Ortiz was the DMX wonder. Was Ortiz was the Ninja DMX warned us about. Oh shit. That ain't looking good for Ortiz. According to Conan, Ortiz and Santana had a disagreement on where they thought they should go with their careers. I am someone said he wasn't openly gay until late in his career and WWE trashed him for it and ruined him. It's such a shame. Like what the fuck? Like that had no standing on if he was a good wrestler or not. What the guy does out of the ring is none of our business. Like s- same one that get you high is the one that let you die. You ain't wrong about that. I see when he was on the Howard Stern show. Lamont WCW trashed him, not WWE. Pat Patterson would never allow it. Santino himself has mentioned in interviews that him and Ortiz respectfully decided to part ways due to their disagreements. Yeah, disagreements, a crack rock, yeah, whatever. Look up Chris Kanyon on the Howard Stern show. Man, they should have never gave that man such a hard time. He was awesome in the ring, and that's how he should have been remembered only with. Poor guy, going through nonsense for no reason. Santana is too humble, though, Peekaboo. That is true. Yo, Santana's a good dude, and I like that about him. I never understood that. Like, why do you air your dirty laundry for the world to see it? So that way everybody could, it's like it's like playing a telephone. As the message keeps going, it keeps changing. So something gets added to it and added to it. And let's just obviously it wasn't this, but if it was smoking a blunt, by the time it got to the end of the telephone, he was shooting meth in front of it's better to just never air out dirty laundry and to handle your business back one on one with the person you have the business with. Negative. Kenya was given a Boy George gimmick in WWE, so, singing to Undertaker and getting him beaten. I remember him in WWE with DDP, and they made DDP like a stalker. New York Yankees said, "I'm gonna do that, Donald." It was WWE who trashed him. I'm not surprised. That gimmick that they did with Canyon, the DDP was just it was disrespectful. Who's better than Canyon? Hey guys, it's not I am no one, it's I am someone. Sure, I respect the fact that Santina never said anything disrespectful about Ortiz. He just kept it short when asked the question. We had our differences. We moved on. It's still all love. Like that, that's how it should be. It's exactly how it should be, Peekaboo. I like that, New York. He said, I call him, I am number one. There we go. That's his new nickname. I am number one. All right, everybody? I am no one now. His new name is I am number one. We'll refer to him by because everybody's somebody. Ain't nobody no one. That's for shit sure. Pika said we moved on. I agree. 100. Emmanuel. Hey, Emmanuel. How are we? Don said a lot of cool ass new people in here tonight, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you for a great wrestling conversation. Damn right. Damn right. I am number one. Said all prayers, all love y'all. Hey, you damn right. We love you too. I am number one. We putting the one up for you, not for Roman Reigns. We putting that one up for you. Speaking of Ortiz and Santana, How do you feel about the AEW run? Eh, there we go. Put them ones up in the chat. Keep it going. Keep it going. We got New York Yankee. We got Donald. Keep those ones going, chat. Let's see some more ones. There you go. I am number one. New York said all AEW runs have been lacking. Yeah, you know what it is? AEW, they're just not there with the storytelling. And if I was WWE, I would be worried because if they start learning how to tell stories, we're going to see WCW versus WWF days again. That's the one thing AEW is missing desperately. They just have not figured out how to turn this into a good, compelling story. That run sucked. Their best work was in TNA. 100%, Donald. 100% their best work was in TNA. 1K, I don't care about the story, just a 7-star match with Meltzer. Jericho came back to AEW tonight. Yep. After a long waiting, we found out where Jericho was gonna go. And he re-signed with AEW. As bad as it can be, I appreciate that there's another major-ish brand giving an option and another bit of leverage for that talent. Oh yeah. WWE does need AEW's competition. They do because you see how bad WWE's storyline was when they didn't have anybody breathing down their neck. Shit. We get Gunther versus Seth Rollins bookings. AKA lazy booking. Dave Meltzer is out of his fucking mind. Dude needs to retire. I don't think he resigned, just returned. Jericho off time made his current deal extend. Yeah, because we were all hoping he was going to go to WWE at first. And there were a lot of rumors out there that Jericho wanted to go back to WWE. But we heard him tonight. He came out on AEW at the opening of the show and he said, I am back. And he looked in good shape, which was good. He wasn't heavy like he had gotten. He was flat stomached. I'm just waiting to see what their plans are for him. Friendly competition could always be good. There's enough money for everyone to. That's for shit sure. There's enough money for everybody to eat. Yeah, I mean, I want AEW to resign. Gotcha. Hey, Hunter, do you listen to Jim Cornette podcasts at all? Shit is gold. So I haven't listened to it in a long time. I used to listen to it all the time. You know what though, Donald? If you're listening to it on a regular basis, I'll start watching it again, so that way we can talk about it also. And if there's any other wrestling podcasts you guys love a lot, let me know. I like podcasts. I don't mind, watching some of the podcasts, and we can talk about that too. Shit. If it has to do with wrestling and you guys want to do it, we're doing it. Ain't nobody telling us no. That's for shit sure. Not resign, succeed. Jericho said he was home. AEW was in Winnipeg. That, yes. Corny is fired. I always got a kick out of Jim Cornette making fun of Vince Russo too on the podcast. Cornette is the man. Nobody will ever convince me otherwise. Facts. Yo, the Conan and Disco podcast too was awesome. So when I used to listen to them on the regular, I was listening to Vince Russo, Jim Cornette, and the Conan and Disco Inferno one. Those were the three I would listen to actually. And there was one more I would. What was it? Well, when Colt Cabana. Those were the only podcasts I like to listen to. That was before like every wrestler got a podcast. I watch it all the time. I also watch. Oh, I that's what I do watch now. Kevin Nash. I do watch Kevin Nash's now, and I will go back and start watching to Jim Cornette again. Disco, not disso. What do you think about B-Fab and Mission teaming up with Jade Cargill after months of feuding? Oh man, I think that is without a doubt the most stupidest booking again. Lazy booking. Yo, B-Fab was this mad cool chick. Now she a jealous bitch? Come on. And on top of that, B-Fab need to go back to NXT and learn how to wrestle before she should be on the main roster. She ain't ready for the main roster. She's not there yet. Why is she on the main roster? You telling me that B-Fab is better than the girls in NXT right now? Not even close. Damn, we all just became a community. You damn right. Keeping it 100 with Disco and Conan. I listened to that one too. I'm a few episodes behind. I got to catch up soon. Holy shit, that one's still going? I'm so happy to hear that. B-Fab and Mission are the new baddie section. And I feel bad for Mission. Yo, she's so good. She's been around for so long. She deserves a real run. Undertaker got a good one too. Hey, what up, Ray? Too sweet. Donaldson, Undertaker had a good one, but when his wife became co-host, it went downhill. It sucked that, they lost that guy they were doing it with, but that was because they signed with WWE. And once they signed with WWE, now there's restrictions on what you can and can't do, unfortunately. Where before Undertaker, it was his. I heard their team name is going to be the Takeover. They should really call themselves the B team because they all need to go back to NXT and get their shit together. NXT is nothing but dimes. Yo, NXT has the hottest girls of all time. Bro, there's no company that comes close to the dime pieces NXT has right now. You're so right about that. What if they put Jada Parker in that group? Well, then all I gotta say is Miss Parker, Miss Parker. Yo, Jada Parker's awesome. Yo, Jada Parker can wrestle. I would rather her go in the group and B-Fab go back to NXT. Listen, I like B-Fab. I want her to be good. Putting her on the main roster and she's not able to wrestle is only going to make her a jobber in the long run. Michelle McCool destroyed 6 Feet Under. It's a shame. He should have just kept it how it was going. You know the oldest saying in the book, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mission got bottomed out by Keith Lee. What a weird couple, too, right? Keith Lee and Mission. Jada is a movement. Oh, yeah. Jim Cornette is my favorite podcast by far. Corny always has me laughing my ass off. Yo, you're so right. Jim Cornette always gives you a great laugh. Yeah, Jim Cornette, Disco, and Conan, Kevin Nash's podcast. Always a good listen. But now that I know you guys listen to the podcast, I'm going to start listening to Jim Cornette's and Disco's again. Do any of you guys listen to Vince Russo's podcast, or is that not a thing anymore? Oh, okay. Yo, number one, let me tell you about my girl Chelsea Green. Huge, huge fan of Chelsea Green. No matter, do you see that all they give is they give these shitty situations to Chelsea Green, and she takes these terrible roles they give her, and she turns them into gold. Literally, no matter what they ask Chelsea to do, she does it, and she does it great. And she's awesome for the eyes to look at. Chelsea is beautiful. And I think they dropped the ball. Chelsea had the opportunity to go from mid to the main level. The fans were behind her, and they dropped the ball. Yo, FP, what's goody? He said, you the fucking man. I'm subscribing right now. Yo, FP, I appreciate that, fam. Too sweet. And FP, welcome to the pack. Ow! Hey, everybody, welcome FP to the pack. He just became a member. Donald, my brother said, love me some Chelsea Green. They need to use her more. I love it when we on this. Yo, we on the same page the whole night. I love it. Yo, Joey, I appreciate the kind words, but you're the GOAT, bro. You and everybody in this chat are the GOAT because you know what? There's one thing in life you can't get back, and that's your time. And every one of you are giving me your time tonight, and I love all of you for that, and I appreciate you all. And that's a too sweet for that too. Joey, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. I knew you would be with me on Chelsea. That's my see. That's why you're. I am number one, bro. Come on, it makes sense. The name works. Yo, Chelsea's ready for Brazos. Shit, you mean I'm ready to pay to get a Brazos membership finally? Top 5 hottest girls in WWE right now. I knew Donald was gonna have Roxanne in there. Lola, Steph, Soul, Liv, Tiffy. Yo,
I didn't
Lola.
get that. Could you try again?
No, not you, Siri. But thank you for trying to talk in the combo. Yo, Lola Vice, Miss Parker, Chelsea, Roxanne. Oh man. Oh, what's the one that's going out with Carmelo and with Carmelo? I forgot her name. Joey said, "I just joined the pack. Let's go to sweet." Aroo! Welcome to the Wolfpack Federation, Joey. We got a lot of good ass people in here tonight. This is what it's about. Hells yeah. Bronzes, oh God, I can only hope. Hey, Bulldog Rick. What up, brother? How we feeling, brother? Too sweet. I'm glad you came in right now, Bulldog Rick. We got a lot of new members that came through tonight. We got New York Yankee. We got I Am Number One. We got Joey. That all new members, cool as shit. They've been rocking with me and Donald all night. Kalani, thank you. Yo, Kalani's definitely on my top 5. Woo. Yeah, my top 5: Lola, Kalani, Chelsea, Miss Parker, and boom. Oh, I don't know who I want to put in my 5th yet. Yo, Deanna's hot as shit too. Trying to think of the main roster, but yo, the NXT girls destroy the main roster, and any other wrestling company. Somewhat better, not much, but yep. Hey, as long as you're feeling somewhat better, we'll take that. We'll take the small W's because a W is still a W. So smash that like button and subscribe. The dogs are out. Bulldog said, "Welcome all new peeps." New York said, "Bro, hunt them." My son named Hunter, to be honest, after trips. But yo, I gotta get some sleep. Thank you, my G. New York, thank you for coming through, for subscribing. And I can't wait to have you back on the next live. Welcome to the Wolfpack Federation. Also, New York Yankee, if you're into any of the wrestling figures, that's gonna be a big part of the channel too. More in like the pre-made videos it'll be, but sooner than later I'm gonna have a big wrestling draft with all the figures, putting them all into 2 different sides. That'll be fun as shit if you're into the wrestling figures. Ooh, love me some Julia. Hell yeah, Wolfpack Federation. Bulldog Rick said, I am number one. Said, have a good night, New York. Donald said, have a good night, New York. Hey, I gotta say, it was a good idea to go live early, right? Shit. This worked out. I've got a Hogan doll still in the box from the 80s. Wow. Have you tried it all to see what it's going for? Because I would think that's a that's a badass collectible, especially with Hogan not here anymore. Shit. Word, I got package collection, couple of belts. Okay. G Night Hunter, Donald Peekaboo, all others you are loved but not forgotten. Damn right. New York Yankee, we'll see you on the next one. And welcome to the Wolfpack Federation, baby. Because when you hunt with the pack, you never hunt alone. I am number one said I still have Hogan and Warrior wrestling buddies. Get out of here. That's cool as shit. Bro, that is so and those were the best ones, like too. Man, I wish I still had mine. I ended up getting the next wave when WCW did their versions. I had Diamond Dallas Page. I was mad when those wrestling buddies came out. I missed it. I wasn't able, I was too young for it. So I had to wait for the next wave when WCW tried to bring them back. I want to get the Hogan doll from Rocky Thunderlips. Give me 1 second, chat. I think I have it. I had that for you, Donald. Hold on. Let me take a quick look and see. Yep. I got you, Donald. I got you, Donald. The minute you said Hogan and Thunderlips, I said, "Holy shit! Wait a minute! I'm pretty sure I grabbed that figure with the gold robe and all." I got lucky and I went into into this in this really cool ass toy store near me, and they had that bad boy. I was like, "Yo, I gotta get this." He was one of the first ones I grabbed. Damn, Bulldog Rick, 3,000. Woo! I'm glad to hear that. Two, sweet, right? Donald, shit. He said, "Damn, Bulldog, that's tough." My Macho Man got chewed up by my dog. Shit. I'm gonna have one more blunt and smoke this blunt and chill. All right, New York Yankees. See, you ain't going nowhere. I love it. He said that the Thunder Lips in the tight is tough. Thank you, New York Yankee. Don said that's tough. Hey, Don, the minute I had to grab that out for you. You my brother from another mother. There's hoagies called Hulk Hoagies. I'm not surprised. Shit, if they can put Hulk's name on it and make a buck, it's been done. Like, if you think about back in the 80s, all right? Like, early 80s, how over Hulk Hogan was, like, shit, I don't even think I was born for some of the pictures I seen with the whole town comes out to see him. Talk about, like, a real icon. Like, you could not know anything, and I mean anything about wrestling, but you knew that was the thing Hulk Hogan did. Hey, Cold Slayer, did you ever have the Hulk Hoagies? Was it good? I'm kind of curious. Hulk should have never been booed at Raw. You know that it sucks when stuff like this happens that, that didn't happen in the ring, or, that the whole story wasn't might have not been told. I don't know. I never thought that Hulk was really a racist. Like, I never really believed it. Like, there's plenty of guys in the business he worked with. And let's be honest, like, if Hulk Hogan did not want you there, you were not there. He got rid of you. There's no one Hulk didn't get rid of. I had the Hogan wrestling buddy, and then the NWO on his belt, and the bandana in black and permanent marker. I love it. Love it, Doc. Shit, that was the other thing we did when I was younger. We get into a fight. After the fight, we we'd hold you down and write the NWO on your back. Oh man, my parents I couldn't tell you how many times my parents got a call from somebody's parents about that. Ooh, I used to get in so much trouble. Saved WCW twice, right? I just read about it. I'm curious as to how it is. Right? Me too, Cold. Donald said, I said it once and I'll say it again. WCW Bash at the Beach 1996 changed wrestling forever. And also, let's also give Scott Hall another hand clap because without Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan never goes heel either. Shit. Scott Hall got Hulk Hogan to turn heel for the first time in history. Once again, Scott Hall's the greatest. According to folks like Woods, they weren't as mad about what he did as his total bullshit apology. Yeah, I understand that too. I am number one that them being mad about the apology and whatnot, but at the same time though, if you don't actually, if you don't feel that you feel that way, your apology may be bullshit because you're thinking to yourself like, why do I got to apologize for something that I don't feel? Why should I say I'm sorry? I don't feel that way about any other race. That's just saying if that's how he felt like, you know what I mean? Come on, anyone that says or thinks different, I got two words for you. Bobby plugging in. Is he the third man? Before Hogan drops the leg. Hey, that was epic too, because remember, nobody knew if he was the third man when he came down. Everybody was still wondering. The outsiders in Hollywood together, the new world order of wrestling. Come on. That's history, baby. Right? Where's Dusty Rhodes? That's history, baby. Hunter just summed up the racism thing better than I can. Thank you, New York Yankee. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Also, guys, if you like watching shorts on YouTube, I try to put a new wrestling short every other day on the channel. So definitely check out the shorts also in the morning whenever you have free time. I try to do pretty good ones. Instead of knee, instead of doing a full yeet, we do a. Thank you, New York Yankee. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing more unboxings, like with all the figures and stuff too. So if anybody who does love the wrestling collectibles, I'll be putting a lot of I'm gonna start putting videos up of showing each figure I have. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, New York Yankee. You might have just joined the pack tonight, but as far as I think I can talk for Donald and everybody when I say this. It's like you've been here from the start. Yo, Eric's my guy. What's goody, fam? Too sweet. What up, Eric's? And that goes for you too. Also, I am number one. Bro, you guys have been awesome, man. We're all happy to meet you tonight, and we're happy that you guys are rocking with us. You know how we get down. I gotta go in the bin soon for a quick 60. Oh shit. Fucking Dunderlips. Now I need to get me one. Well, you know me. I'm a professional hoarder, so I'm not gonna be the one to tell you you should. I'm the wrong one. If you're looking for any kind of self control on not buying something, never ask me. I'm definitely down for some wrestling unboxing content. Let's go. Hells yeah. And as we get, as I keep building the channel on up and stuff, man, I'll start letting you guys come on, show off your collectibles some nights too. I just saw the clip of Y2J return. Bro, that shit got me so heated. Well, not heated. I was just so shocked. I had to go live. I said, "Yo, this is it. We got to go live. Make sure everybody knows about this." Thanks for the love, fam. Y'all are great, bro. I'm glad I stumbled upon this channel. And don't get me wrong, like I hate doing these vertical lives. I like doing the lives the way I do it on my other channel, which is a square, and so that way I can show you a bunch of shit while we're live. But this is the only way that YouTube will let you guys that you could like stumble across the channel. If we don't, is the damn vertical lives. So hopefully once the channel gets a little bigger and we can and we got enough of people that we can just word of mouth it by word of mouth tell people. But are you in your shoe room? No, this is my collectible room. I'm in right now. And whenever you're redoing a room in your house, also, guys, don't do more than one at a time, because what happens is then you end up getting nothing done. Yeah, New York, if you're in the shoes, also, yeah, we got a shoe problem also. Where my Attitude Championship is signed by Kurt, Jeff, Mickey, and one or two more. Yo, that's dope. New York said, I'm glad you're here, number one. Hells yeah. Man, I'm happy every one of you is here, like, for real. There's, well, actually, I was going to say there's no I in family, but there is an I in family, but not like this I. There, that works. Hey, I am number one in New York. Is that how you ended up finding the channel tonight? Were you just swiping up and down by chance? Time flies when you're having fun. I just looked at the clock. How late did it get already? Holy shit. We've been live that long? Oh, it's 3:10 already. Shit. All right. I'm gonna stay live to 3:30. Then I'm gonna go. Then I gotta go pass out. I gotta be up early in the morning. But I'm definitely here to 3:30. So I got 20 more minutes. I can hang out tonight for sure. Yep, just swiping blindly. Okay. 'Cause I feel, let me definitely make sure that's how you guys, because I want to make sure, I definitely want to make sure doing these vertical lives is helping me, is helping guys find me. We don't judge. If I create the word family, there be a we. Damn right. Okay, you two, New York? Awesome. Say his name and he appears. Yo, Uptown! What's goody? Too sweet! It's been a little bit, but I'm happy to see you, Uptown. Welcome back. New York said, I'll keep up for 20. Awesome. Right? So yeah, because usually we go like 3:34 to 5 a.m. and like we're all half falling asleep with one eye open, trying to this this was awesome. Like, just like Donald said, time flies when you're having fun. We started tonight at 12:36 because I'm always a few minutes late. So, and it's already like, that's amazing. I can't believe it's that late already. And that it went that late. I told myself I'll just go on for an hour and a half. Here we are, 2.5, waiting to hit that 3 hour mark. I had the sub about 30 seconds into it. I'm so glad I found y'all. Yo, thank you. I am number one. Thank you for that. And just like New York said, so we. I don't know what, but can we meet at a Yankee game sometime in July, August, September? Fuck yes, we could. Absolutely. We can make that happen. Definitely. I feel like August we really can make that happen. because even though I'm not in New York anymore, I still come back to New York a lot. There ain't no other place like it. Oh yeah, like and not even just like for a Yankee game. Shit, w- we'll start doing meetups at for wrestling shows and stuff like that too. Like so we get a year where we all want to go to WrestleMania, and we're really dead serious about it. We'll start very early, so that way we all have a lot of time to save up whatever money needs to be saved to go to a WrestleMania, like a Royal Rumble, even. I love going to shows. It's just cool to find cool wrestling family that aren't pretentious dicks. My ex-wife wouldn't even allow me and the kids to watch it. So, she had to go. I ain't mad at you for that one. I am number one. And shout out to one and a half for the one and a half kids. I need a cool nickname. Since you're one, I'll call the kids one and a half. Shout out to one and a half. Me too. I'm in the mountains of PA. Yeah, so look, it'd be perfect, New York, because I'm over in the Carolinas right now. I passed through PA to go to New York. I met a couple of people from New York, and they said that I would love it there. I never been to New York yet. You're missing the one that last word, Eric. Yet. Where are you living at now in NC? Um, I'm near Winston Salem. I don't really I don't know shit out here. I feel like I'm in witness protection out here. But I will say the quietness that I get is very relaxing. And my property tax is a lot less money than New York. Listen, I only left New York because of the bills. It was too much money. I wanted to get a new house. I was in a house, good size, but I need a lot of repairs. And for the amount of money that it would have cost to do repairs, which I didn't have, it would have been cheaper for me to leave New York. So I said, screw it. I was able to pay all my debt off, move out here, and get a brand new house. That would cost me almost $1 million in New York. I'm cool. My homie from Jersey works for CBS Sports. Ooh, I wish I had that job. That's a really good job. But we go to Giant and Yankee games. I'm with you on the Yankees. I'm a Cowboys fan, so don't hate me. Donaldson, New York. I'm in PA too. And you know what's funny too, Donald? We were gonna go to PA too. The only reason we didn't go to PA was because of the snow. I didn't want snow anymore. So 1.5. Where you guys at? I'm in Lexington, Kentucky, where the Rump Arena gets mad shows every year, and it's amazing. Oh shit, we might be having the meetup in Kentucky instead. It looks shit. I bet it'd be a quicker ride for all of us too. My boy from Far Rock is in Rock Hill, South Carolina now. Oh, okay. That's what's up. He said he's Vinny in witness protection. It really feels like you're in witness protection out here with all the trees all around. Shit, all there is trees. No nightlife. I live in Western PA, right on Lake Erie. Yep. Fuck NYC. If you got out, my respect. The level is. You know what? You're right. It isn't. It isn't what I grew up on. Man, when I grew up in New York, if you were a snitch, your own family wouldn't talk to you. Now these kids walk around like it's okay, like it's cool to be a snitch. How'd you end up a Cowboys fan? LOL. It was Deion Sanders and Emmett Smith. So Barry Sanders was my all-time favorite player, but the team stunk. And after Barry Sanders, it was Deion Sanders, and then Emmett Smith. And I never want, I don't like the front runner fans. So, when I was a Cowboys fan, they were like the '90s Yankees. We had Michael Irvin, we had Troy Aikman. We were the dynasty. We just were whooping ass. Unfortunately, though, we lost all the great players without trading them for great players. So it hasn't been easy being a Cowboys fan all these years. It has not been easy. I just feel like to like them when they had all the All-Stars and to not go for them after that is fake. Don't come to PA, come on vacation, leave on probation. Hey, I used to go to PA for a week every summer, and the Amish country. I used to love going to the Amish country. A lot of good shopping, get all my clothes and shit for the year cheaper. You had all the outlets, and you had Waffle House. He's lit. Jerry Rice, por favor. Jerry Rice was nice. Dude, Barry was my all-time favorite too, man. Respect. Right? Like, Barry Sanders was the truth. Just watching him, the way he maneuvered or ran your ass, it killed me that Barry Sanders didn't have a better team. And still, he never left Detroit. Legend. Michael Vick is one of the reasons I became a Falcons fan. Michael Vick, one of the best on the run quarterbacks. He was a pain in the ass when you were playing the video game. The cheat play was this: you send everybody out for a Hail Mary, so that way you're taking the safety of the cornerbacks, and the DBs are all going all the way out. And once everybody's all the way down the field, you run the ball with Michael Vick for 40 yards. Yep, Lancaster, PA, Amish country. If that makes it easier. Do you know where Dutch Wonderland was? I used to stay right across the street from Dutch Wonderland. That's how it started when I was a little kid. Because we were broke as shit, so going to Disney wasn't happening. So we found Dutch Wonderland, and that was like Disney for me. Yes, sir, New York. Bro, the food was so good out there too. I don't know what happened. All the places I used to go and eat when I was younger aren't there anymore, unfortunately. We could hit the dispensary and go hiking. Woo! I like sound of that shit. Hey, what up, Satan? Satan Milk? Interesting name. Roman Reigns could beat CM Punk at WrestleMania 42. Why do you think that, though? I'm not saying I don't agree or that I disagree. I'm just asking why. Why do you want to? Why are you roaming over CM Punk? Dutch Wonderland. My kids and grandkids love it. Yep, yo, that was the shit for me when I was younger. Man, oh man, that those were the days. And we had Pizza Hut was in the parking lot of the hotel across the street. Woo, what a time to be alive. Eric said the Nike commercial when Michael Vick says that's not in the playback the playbook, but it should be. Donald said old man versus part timer. I don't care who. I go back and forth each week, wanting Roman, wanting Punk. Like I want Roman to win, but I don't want the title to become a part-time title. Like that's supposed to be the workhorse title. See, that's the shitty part about putting a part-time guy in a main event title predicament. I don't know who else we. Well, actually, you know what? Seth Rollins versus CM Punk would have been cool if Seth would have been going over, but hey, I got no disagreement with the way they've been doing the Roman and Seth Rollins program. It has me very excited for WrestleMania. I gotta go, guys. I'll definitely be here for the next show. All love. So stoked to be part of the community. Yes, sir. Thank you. I am number one. And welcome to the Wolfpack Federation, baby. Sweet. But the part-time thing adds prestige because you want to see him and he ain't always there. You are right about that. But I don't want to see him once a month though. Or not even once a month. You know, like I it's cool if we don't see him after Roman wins if we're not going to see him every week, but I want him around enough for to know that we're going to have that there's going to be a fight for the next upcoming pay-per-view and that it's put together right. Do you think Randy Orton is near the end of his run? Eric's I think if Randy Orton doesn't win the belt at WrestleMania, I think we should all be worried about Randy retiring soon. Like, I think that this match is that important. how many more years, could Randy realistically could Randy be looking at? 2 sweet, baby. Let's go, number one. If you are the world champion, you should be on the show almost every night. Special. So that's why it would have been better if Roman was, if CM Punk had the other belt and Roman was fighting him for that other belt, that would have been cool. Because if you remember, and Seth actually was even said it on one of the interviews he does. When Roman was selfish and was undisputed world heavyweight champion, he was gone for so long that they needed to make another world title so it would be on the show all the time. And that's how it became that belt got the nickname the workhorse title. Like it's so weird to think that a part-timer is going after the workhorse title. But I'm trying to keep, I'm open to see what do they do with it. Maybe is he gonna be gone once during the month, twice? Not at all. Like I'm here to see what we're gonna do with it. Like I could see Orton losing and turn Cody into a heel at the end. That's a good possibility too. And I'll say it again for what Donald said. If you were the world champion, you should be on the show almost every night. Sorry, Don, I don't agree. I'm 44. I think back to when I was a kid and the champ wasn't always around. It's good both ways. You both have great point of views. Yes, it's good to see the belt every night, but yes, it's also good not to see it every night. See, for me, I just think if we're not going to see the belt every night, it shouldn't be the belt that's supposed to be the workhorse title. Because that beats the whole point of it being the workhorse title. And that's what, as long as he's not disappearing for over a month at a time, because then it's like, oh, Roman, you ever coming back? Well, brother, it's 3:30. It's been 3 hours. Time for bed. I will see you on the next one. Keep being just too so we. Hey, New York. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna put this banner up real quick. If you are interested, New York, I have another channel, the _hunter _55. On that channel, I do collectibles, sneakers, hats, popcorn buckets, and recently we've been doing lives. And the lives have been movie debates. So Donald, if you're free tomorrow, New York, anybody, Eric's, whoever's still here in chat, tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, I will be live on my other channel, and the movie debate is gonna be cartoon movies. We're gonna be doing cartoon movies tomorrow night. Other than that, I'm gonna try to be back on this channel Friday night. I'm gonna aim for around the same time we did tonight, since this worked pretty good. So everybody, thank you for coming through as always. Anybody, whether you're ghost watching or thank you. Hopefully next time we'll get more of the ghost watchers to pop in chat. We got an awesome community, as you can see here. But everybody have a good night. Make sure if you haven't liked and subscribed, you do that on your way out. Because when you hunt with the pack, you never hunt alone. And as always, everybody, stay hunting.